Welcome back, friends. It is time for the Morning Mindset. Time for you and for me to get our minds aligned with the truth of God. We've been doing that most recently by looking at this concept of the fear of the Lord. You know, we live in a world where there are a lot of things to be afraid of, and it sounds kind of counterintuitive or strange to our ears to think of being afraid of the Lord. But the reality is that the Lord tells us to be afraid of Him. And I just want you to let that phrase settle in on you a bit. The Lord tells us to be afraid of Him. And the reason for that is rooted in His character. When God gives us a command or an instruction, He does so either for our protection or for our provision. And I believe in this case, it is the latter. It's that provision piece that He's giving to us when He instructs us to fear Him. Because through the fear of the Lord, we put ourselves in the right perspective. We're able to see ourselves properly in relationship to Him. Let me give you an example. My family and I were recently in New York City, and my youngest daughter and I went up to the top of One World Tower, which is the tallest building in New York City. And there's an observation deck, and we were there looking out over the city and taking pictures and all that sort of thing. And there was a moment where I was standing up close to the glass, and I was looking straight down, as straight as I could get down the side of the building. And you could see the 9/11 memorial straight down below and all those things. And I had this sense of smallness come over me, where the magnitude of how high up I really was and what it would be like to fall from that height, all of those things just kind of rushed into my mind, and I felt this sensation of fear. You see, it's a similar kind of mindset that the Lord is encouraging us to have. He's encouraging us to fear Him because it gives us a sense of perspective about who He is in His great, mighty, and majestic character in person compared to who we are in our smallness, in our inability. And God in His grace has definitely allowed us as human beings to be capable of many things. We are the most creative creatures on the planet, for example. But as we all have a first row seat to observing, situations like this coronavirus pandemic demonstrate to us just how helpless we really are. I mean, think of it. A tiny little virus has set the entire population of the globe on its ear. And we are scrambling to keep up. And I believe God is speaking to us. He's trying to direct our attention back to the right perspective. And the passage we want to look at today is Proverbs 15:16. And it says, "Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble with it." So let's think about that for a moment. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble with it. So He's making a contrast. And He's really describing a situation many of us might find ourselves in right now. We are sheltering at home, and we have privation of certain degrees happening around us. We can't go out as often as we used to. The social things we're used to doing can't be done right now. Some of us perhaps are running short on food because we haven't been to the store for a while. You see, better is a little with this right perspective of fearing the Lord, because with it comes trust, with it comes confidence, with it comes assurance that God is in control, and all of those kinds of things. That is better than having great treasure. Imagine your refrigerator full, your bank account full, everything you need in life from a human perspective. And yet, there's trouble with it, anxiety in your soul, unrest about the circumstance, fear for your own life. You see, the contrast couldn't be more applicable. And my friends, I want to encourage you, fearing the Lord is indeed the beginning of wisdom and the beginning of security. Join me again tomorrow as we dig into this topic even more.